Gamers. Look, man, we got to talk about dinos. I know a lot of people just want the dino deck profiles. People have been waiting for it. We got the support. They're like, where are the dinos? And the dinos are not in master rank, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I got a couple of builds I've been testing a lot, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think dinos are very power crept, extremely power crept, unfortunately. Now, if you guys have been sticking with Master Duel Central for a long time, you probably know. I hold dinos pretty close to my heart. It's the reason we started the channel. It's the reason the channel blew up at the start, you know. And from there, I was able to branch out and cover multiple decks. But at the start, if I wasn't covering dinos, I wasn't getting views when we started the channel. So I do hold dinos really close to my heart for that. And it's also just one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh decks ever. But it's just too power crept at this point. So look, if you want a going first list that will make use of the Kaitoptera and the Horned Saurus and net you a board that has a higher ceiling than Xeno Dinos, it's there. It's here. I'll show you the combo. I have a replay. I got a replay today in Duel Room because whenever I start the combo in ladder, obviously people would just coop. A lot of my wins were just that with this list. Even though, you know, the combo is crazy and the board is insane and oh my god, if I set up my board, I just win. It's still a 2-card combo. It's still very interruptible, as Dino has always been. It's very, very fragile. And you won't be landing your combo most of the time. Like you're even if your hand has a 2-card combo, you need to have the 2-card combo and outs to hand traps. You're going to lose to Max C a lot if you don't have the Called By or the Ash. So you might say, well, then stop running all these cards and break it down to 40, which is true. So like we could remove, let's say, some evenlies and some imperms to break it down to just straight 40. But even then, the deck is not going to be the most consistent, and it's also not going to draw enough hand traps when it's going second. So, yeah, kind of tough. I know dinos are supposed to be good at going second, but even that I don't think is really the case anymore. So let's just change decks here. I have another list, and this was the one I tested that did the best for me. This one was a going second build where I was just running a bunch of staples. Actually, I just grabbed the same staple ratio that I had in my going second Sprite deck. And basically this felt like a significantly worse version of going second Sprite. And this is the one that I was able to get a 4-game win streak with. So if you're asking me, what do I think is the best way to play dinos? Like actually the best way? Take a dino core, you know, throw in Pentastag. And I don't know why Amblo isn't here. This is literally, I don't know why that's in there. I was trying a lot of stuff, okay? But that one doesn't make any sense. So yeah, throw in a Pentastag, throw in a Gigantic. This is pretty good because you can go like Elf, bring back a level 2, make Gigantic, swing, make Zeus. So going second, that can help sometimes. And a bunch of staples, and you just cross your fingers that you're going to draw your staples. It's really tough out there right now for dinos, man. I really wanted to make a deck profile and be super hype about it and be like, oh my god, dude, dinos are crazy now. That's what I wanted to do. But I haven't posted a video in 3 days because I was just trying to figure out, okay, how do I even tackle this? I tried so many builds. Trust me, I tried so many builds, played for hours upon hours to try to get you a good dino deck profile, and honestly at this point it's just slowing me down from covering other decks that I'd like to cover, like Chimera Runic and stuff. And at the end of the day, I think I just have to like accept that dinos are extremely power crept. So if you guys want to see the combo, I will show you the combo, you know. So if you guys want that high ceiling going first dino with a crazy board, unbreakable board and stuff, I can definitely show you the combo. So this list here is pretty self-explanatory. I can show you a replay for this one too if you want. This one, I mean, this one is really not complicated. It's literally just like hope that you draw the right staples to break the board and then, you know, swing for game with dinos, be it with Pentastag or just setting up Zeus with Gigantic Sprite to get some control over the board. Whatever it's got to be, you know. And it's not going to work every time, but I think it's going to work more often than trying to go first. Even just the extra draw can help with the lack of consistency for dinos, because every dino combo is still just a 2-card combo, right? So anyway, first things first here, I'm going to show you a replay for the going first dinos. If you guys want to see the crazy combo, unbreakable board, best dino deck, you're going to see it here. It is a really cool combo, and shout out Protobase in my Discord for coming up with a really cool tech for this line. So we would start, this is going to be a 2-card combo, by the way, so it's an OV Misk line, an OV Baby line. So we started with OV and Baby in hand, and we're not going to use any of these cards. That's why I searched Misk, even though I already had it, because I just want to show you specifically the 2-card combo. So when our combo ends, we're still going to have all 3 of these cards left in our hand. We're just focusing. Our combo is literally just OV, baby. So we start by normaling OV, search a Misk, activate Misk in the grave, you know, and I'm going to fast forward here. So activate Misk in grave, summon Archosaur, pop the baby. Then baby, we grab our pill. Baby effect is going to summon out a Petite. We pop the Petite, bring back the baby from the grave, and with Petite, summon the Kaitoptera. Kaitoptera can search Polymerization. At this point, we can XCs into, this is a new tech for Dinos. Also, shout out to Protobase for this one. Infernal Flame Banshee. And Infernal Flame Banshee is pretty straightforward. Basically, Banshee can search the Nemesis. Wait, I forget his name. The Pyro Nemesis. I completely forgot his name. We're going to see his name in a second here. But yeah, and that one is going to search Corridor. So you're going to get a Colossus off of Banshee. So this rank 4 is basically Colossus later. So yeah, we grab the Nemesis flag. Then we go into Linkuriboh. After which we can go into Cross Sheep. And this is where the tech gets really cool. This is where we're going to start making use of Kaitoptera and the Polymerization. And it's really, really cool stuff. So I do want to show you this stuff. So look, banish the Kaitoptera and Linkuriboh. We can summon the UCT, and Kaitoptera works like Giant Rex. So after he gets banished, he comes back. At this point, Polymerization, using Kaitoptera and the baby on field, we can make a Horned Saurus under the Cross Sheep. We can trigger the Horned Saurus as well as Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is going to summon back the baby from the grave, and Horned Saurus is going to set up the Dragonic Diagram. So Dragonic Diagram is crazy here, right? We can go Flag, shuffle back the Misk, and Flag can search our Corridor. At this point, we can link into Elf, and I put it here just to make UCT untargetable later. Then we're going to pop our baby to grab a Lith, and baby's going to trigger to summon another Petite from the deck, and we can go Elf, bring back the baby. That's 2 babies on the field. We can pop both, summon the Lith, banish 3 cards from our opponent's extra deck, and we get to summon off of Petite and off of Baby. So at this point, Petite is going to summon out the Xeno Meteorus and the Jirac Aeolo off of Baby. With Jirac Aeolo as well as Lith, we can make ourselves a Baron de Fleur. And after that, we can make a Lars using these 2, which is 2 Omni Negates, not once per turn. So that's 3 Omni Negates, not once per turn. Plus, we get a Colossus and a UCT, plus Elf to bring back a baby to pop with the UCT, you know? So, like, if we're looking at this end board, the end board is crazy. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this is 3 Omni Negates, plus Colossus untargetable from Elf, and UCT untargetable from Elf. Plus, with Elf, I get to bring back a baby to pop with UCT. That's no joke, right? So, I mean, you can't really sleep on that. So at this point, we pass turn. Oh, they had the Nibiru, right? So we negate the Nibiru with the Baron. That's fine. We still have 2 Omni Negates. And Baron can just bring back a baby in the standby phase. So like if they were to negate Elf later, we'll still definitely get a baby to pop with our UCT. And that's an extra interruption because we actually get to summon a Pank off of this Petite here. So as soon as they normal summon, I'm going to pop the Petite to summon out a Pankratops from the deck. And yeah, at this point, they're going to go for Sharon, summon Sharon, discard Visas. They get no good mills whatsoever. And we did banish the Kit Kalos also when we banished from their extra. So we go Elf, bring back the baby before they go to battle phase. And they're going to swing over Elf, set 2 cards in end phase. I'm going to trigger my Pankratops, popping one of the back rows. And if the other one is not a counter trap, we can just negate it with Evolzar Lars. So I didn't really care about that. And here, you know, we just go for a game at this point. It is Dinos at the end of the day. If we have UCT on field, we're going to be going for game pretty easy. So, you know, make sure to destroy Sharon by battle and not to destroy Manadia Meek by battle. You want to send it. And we're going to negate the New World formation with our Lars. You know, send this one, and then we just have all we need to get lethal. Definitely not a bad combo. And again, shout out to Protobase in the Discord for coming up with that whole Dragonic Diagram line. That line is really, really cool. I think this deck is awesome. Unfortunately, it's just, even if you have a crazy combo like this, you just don't have the consistency to land it every turn. And you're running a lot of bricks to do a combo like this as well. I mean, if you guys saw, we have the Lithosagem, which is not necessarily good to have in hand. The Field Spell, the Polymerization, the Kaitoptera, the Aeolo. There's so many cards in the deck that we don't want to draw, on top of Dinos relying on 2-card combos. So that makes it really, really tough to play that deck. It's really not... It's not amazing. The deck, it's like the combo is great. The deck itself is not very good. I did get better results going second with Dinos, and you can literally play any build you like at that point. If you're playing going second, it's very much just like, you know, draw the correct staple. So play the staples you have and the best ones you have, you know. Pretty much anything works. Some back row removal is always good. I have a red reboot, so I run my red reboot. But at that point, it's really just drawing the correct staple and just winning the game. I think this one here is pretty funny. I think I posted the screenshot of this one yesterday. If this is what I think this is the one. This one is really, really funny for going second Dinos. Look at my hand, bro. Just look at this hand, okay? It doesn't get much better than that for going second, and I genuinely think this is just a better way to play Dinos at this point. Obviously, this hand, you're not going to see this every time. This is like the hand from heaven, you know? But let's fast forward here real quick. So we're playing against a wanted Snake Eyes-ish kind of Rescue Ace build. By the way, I don't think this build is nearly as good as regular Rescue Ace. And regular Rescue Ace could have set up a way to negate Lightning Storm. But anyway, so they're going to go Airlifter here, grab the emergency, use those two, go into Barricade Borg Blocker. And, you know, they're going for this stupid, like, Auroradon combo. This line is dog shit. It's ass. Well, okay, I'll say this. It's not actually dog shit. It's not that bad. It's just that it's only good because this deck is like top tier, you know? But I definitely think this is a suboptimal way to play the deck. Very, very high rolly and completely pointless too. Anyway, so yeah, like obviously they lose this stuff to Nibiru here. Then they're going to go, you know, set up a bunch more stuff. I mean, it is Rescue Ace. They definitely are not out of gas here. They can go Emergency, Summon Preventer, send Preventer to Grave, Preventer Effect, bring back from the Banished pile the Hydrant, and then they get to set a bunch of cards. So here they go, set 4. And at this point, because they have Hydrant, they can activate the alert the turn it's set, search a Preventer, summon the Preventer by banishing the alert from the grave, and they're going to flip down my Nibiru, which is hilarious. If they didn't flip down my Nibiru, I would have had to use Droplet before using Lightning Storm to send it to the grave, but because they flipped it down, I won't even have to do that. So at this point, I draw a third Fossil Dig, which is super funny. We're going to go for a Lightning Storm here to destroy all spells and traps. And they're obviously going to chain a bunch of stuff here. And, you know, that's all good. Not really a problem. The stuff they're chaining doesn't really bother me at all. They're just bringing back another Preventer. And we don't really care about Preventer in this deck. All we really care about is, you know, like Ash Blossom on Misk, basically. And with a hand like this, I figured they would probably Ash one of my Fossil Digs before they ever got there. And they will pop my Nibiru here, which I find really silly, but okay. So anyway, we go Fossil Dig, Fossil Dig. At this point, you already know what's going on, right? So Fossil Dig, go Misk, Misk Effect in the grave, you know, banish Misk, summon Archosaur, pop the baby, baby, search the double evolution pill, baby effect, summon a baby, let's go. Now we're going to banish the baby and nib from my grave to summon UCT, pop the baby with UCT and flip all that stuff face down so we don't have to think about Preventer. Now we're going to summon Ovi, search Petite, normal Petite, pop Petite, summon baby from grave, summon the Xeno Meteorus so we can make Baron, then we can go into Pentas Tag. This was just in case they had something that they could activate during the battle phase. I mean, they probably wouldn't have anything, but I was just like, you know, what if? And here they do a bunch of silly stuff. I really appreciate this dude for letting me have my moment at least, you know. And I did BM a little bit here with the Droplet, but yeah. Good replay. I mean, good replay. I think you probably can get 2 Master with a going second Dino build like this, where you're just running a bunch of staples. I'm just not sure if you can make it through Master. No, that's not true. You can make it through Master, but it'll require not only to be really good at the deck, but also to be very patient. And it'll take a bit of luck, to be honest with you. I find right now this deck, it's kind of like just pray to draw the right staple in the right matchup at the right moment, and when you get it, you win. Again, I got a 4-game win streak with this, so it's not like impossible to get on a win streak, and I'm sure you could have a longer win streak with this deck, but it's nothing, you know, too incredible, let's just say. I'm still a big fan of Dinos, and maybe at some point there'll be a format where, you know, they're going to fit in better. Oh, another deck actually, and this is going to get showcased probably on the deck showcase as well. Another deck I talked about that I tested a lot was a mix of Snake Eyes and Evolzar. I did even worse with this, actually, surprisingly. This deck has 1-card combos. It has a really, really good 1-card combo with Snake Ash. It sets up a really strong board. If you guys saw my leaked deck showcase before the pack came out, Mazinger came up with this list, and it's really cool. My issue is I just kept bricking. I mean, a lot of these Dino cards, they just have really, like, no rapport with the Snake Eyes cards, and it just kind of, like, it's just messy. There's not a lot of synergy with your hands. The engines serve each other well. Like, the Evil Tile / Evolzar engine works well with the Snake Eyes cards, I mean. So, you know, if you get into your original bag and your opponent doesn't have the interruptions, you might be doing decent. But I'll tell you right now, majority of the games I won with this deck were games where I got interrupted and then just did regular Snake Eyes combo. So like, I don't know how confident I would be to just make a dedicated deck profile for that, even though I do think it's a really interesting build. And I think this will have a replay on the deck showcase that should be coming out tomorrow or the day after. So you'll get to see this deck again. But again, even this one, I don't know if I really feel confident to give it its own dedicated deck profile, just because it just hasn't felt really good to play. When I was testing it, it wasn't feeling really good. I think this format is insane. I think like the majority of decks you can discuss are something like Rescue Ace, Snake Eyes, Labyrinth. There's other decks that are good. I think Dinos is just not even Rogue. I'm gonna be honest, not even Rogue. I think Rogue is something like, I think at worst Rogue looks like Sword Soul, and even that I'm not even sure if I would call it Rogue, but it's definitely better than Dinos since it has better consistency and more space for hand traps and stuff like that, which is extremely important right now. And yeah, I'll say also with this deck, another majority of my games were won just off of drawing evenly. Evenly is like better than a lot of decks right now in the current format. It's definitely a really good card at the moment. But yeah, so look, man, I'm sorry to be a downer. I really don't want to be, but it does make me sad to have to make a video just kind of telling you, like, explaining to you basically why I haven't dropped a real legit Dino deck profile. It's because I don't know what to tell you when it comes to like what's the best way to play, because I think they're all pretty bad. Well, I do know. Okay, so I do genuinely think, objectively, I think the best way to play is to just go second, just off of results for me. This was the one that did the best by far. So yeah, the best way to play Dinos, if you want to know, if you really want to play Dinos and you want to play this style of pure Dinos, is to go second, run a bunch of staples. Not necessarily the same ratios as me, not necessarily these specific staples, but run a bunch of going second cards and just pray. I really think that's your best bet. And even then, it might be rough, just because this deck doesn't have a lot of space, you know? Getting to Lars means you have to like commit to Xenometeorus. So if you commit to Xenometeorus, then, you know, that means you're getting Xenolocked, so you can't do most of your stuff with the rest of your extra deck. Otherwise, you know, you can do it at the end of your combo, but, you know, how useful is that? It's just very iffy. Everything just feels iffy right now for Dinos. And anyway, I don't want to be too much of a downer, you know? It's fine. You don't have to play the best deck in the game, and you don't have to get to the top rank either. Or you can just persist through adversity and, you know, grind a shit ton and probably get to Master 1 with Dinos. I'm not like suggesting it's impossible, just that it's too hard for my patience. Like, I don't think I have the patience to try to get to Master 1 with Dinos at all, with how severely power crept they feel right now. I'm just not down for it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm just a doomer and they're actually crazy, or I'm just unlucky. But if you guys saw, if any of you saw the 5-hour stream where I went like on a 16-game loss streak or something, that was like the longest loss streak I have ever been on in Master Duel, on or off stream. That was crazy. So yeah, I think I'm going to be sticking to decks that are a bit more competent. I'm looking forward to covering the Chimera stuff, and I definitely want to stream some Rescue Ace gameplay as well, because that deck is super fun and I'm really enjoying it. So, you know, it is what it is, but I did want to send something out there for the Dino dudes. So yeah, best way to play, I think it's this. And if you really want to do a combo using all the new stuff and have a crazy board, then, you know, just follow the replay I did at the start and a list that roughly looks like this. And, you know, you'll have a good board when you get your combo and you don't get interrupted, I suppose. All right. Peace.